It is day one of my North Sea tour.
Da, 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 da. Whee!
After 23 hours on the road and in a boat, I finally made it to the island of Uist in Germany, and it's gorgeous here. I'm playing a place called Haus des Kurgastes, and it's really beautiful. It looks out over the ocean. It's got a beautiful stage, a beautiful sound system. The staff offered me coffee right away when I got in, so I have a feeling it's going to be a really good show. If there's coffee waiting for me, then it must be good. I was gonna go take a walk and, you know, see the island, but I am so tired. And I want to be able to function tonight on stage, so I think I'm gonna have to take a nap instead of sightseeing. Such is tour life. But if I wake up in time, then maybe I'll be able to show you around. It is day 2 of my North Sea tour 2018. Today I'm driving to Bensersiel for a show. I don't know if this vlog entry is gonna work because it is very windy, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear me over the wind. I tried to shield myself. I'm in these little Europeans have these little houses. They're like little mini beach bench houses things. I'm sure they have an official name. I don't know what it is. The show on Uist was so nice. The audience was great. It was really fun. And the island itself is really great. There are no cars on it. So when you take the ferry over, you leave your car behind, and there are only bikes and horses on the island. So there's no noises from like machinery or anything. But there is a whole lot of noise from the wind throughout the whole rest of the tour. The second stop was Bensersiel. And here is my merch table for tonight's show. Handmade jewelry inspired by the ocean and music, and of course, CDs, because that's the most important part. Day 3 of the North Sea tour, I'm getting ready to get on the ferry to Vangeroge. And I have to say, I have long since given up any hope of doing my hair for these shows because I either get stuck in a torrential downpour or the brisk sea winds kind of muss my hair up. So I'm going for the beachy wave look on this tour. If I look exhausted, it's because I am. It's because every morning I have to wake up early enough to catch the ferry to the next island. So this morning I got up early, drove from Bensersiel to Harlesiel, took the ferry to Vangeroge, and then once I got off the ferry, I had to take a train into town. Now, I would like to show you how much luggage I have, just because I am impressed with myself for carrying it all. Now, keep in mind, what I'm going to show you now is just tech and merch and music stuff. So it's not like, you know, me being a diva and having 50, you know, evening gowns or anything. This is what I carried. All of that stuff. My personal stuff is over here. Personal, work. Personal, work. So needless to say, after all that schlepping, I'm feeling very tired. And very wet because I got caught in 2 downpours so far today. My umbrella broke on day 1. A gust of wind came and just like shredded it to pieces. It wasn't even salvageable. It was just dead on arrival. So I'm thinking of getting a rain jacket because I've also noticed I think I'm the only person in the entire North Sea region who isn't wearing a rain jacket. And I don't own one, so maybe now would be a good time to fix that. This sign says Vangerooge greets its guests, and it definitely does. It's a lovely place to visit. But the stores didn't have very musician-friendly hours, so no raincoat for me. I ended up heading to the beach, where I got rained on and nearly blown away by the wind, but I was used to that by now. After my show, I was walking back to the hotel and noticed all of these lights on the water. The technician I was with explained that each of these lights is a boat that doesn't feel like paying the port fees, so they end up hanging out on the water all night to save money. I thought, I'd love to hang out on the water all night, but I had to head to bed because the next day was a marathon. I woke up at 5 a.m. to catch the early ferry back to the mainland so I could drive 2.5 hours to schlep all my stuff onto the next ferry. But I wasn't done yet. Then I had to catch a train, and then finally I arrived on the beautiful island of Borkum. At least I think it's beautiful. I barely had any time to see it. But I can say for certain that it was very windy. Right after my concert, I rushed to the hotel to head to bed for a couple of hours because I had to wake up at the crack of dawn to watch the sunrise from the train. Then I got onto the boat, at which point I looked like this, and then schlepped my stuff back to my car so that I could rush on to the next ferry, where I got to meet a bunch of seals lying on the beach. Once I got to Spiekeroog, I dropped my stuff off at my hotel and headed to the doctor because I busted my wrist. Luckily, they gave me the okay to play, and I was able to perform with the band Houseboot. It is currently day 7 of the tour, and it's been a while since I checked in, so I thought I would say hello. I just played Spiekeroog last night, beautiful island, and now I'm heading to Neuharlingersiel for a sold-out show! Ah! So I'm very happy. The reason I haven't done more check-ins has just been because my tour schedule has been so tight. I wasn't sure if I was even going to make the ferry half the time. I've either been driving, carrying equipment, getting stung by bees, or I've been running around trying to make sure I make all the ferries in time. That's the hardest part of this tour, is because it's all based on the tides, that I have very little control over the schedule. I just have to be there or I don't make the gig. So, so far I've had a casualty, my wrist, but I went to the doctor, they gave me the okay, and now I'm just waiting for the ferry to Neuharlingersiel. Neuharlingersiel is a beautiful harbor town, and I got put up in a hotel on the outskirts, so it was like a really peaceful place, very rural, and I was very much looking forward to getting a good long night's sleep for once. I mean, I looked out the window and all I could see was sheep. I was like, oh, this is going to be perfect, it's going to be so peaceful. Then this happened. I got back from the gig and I realized I had left my window open, and Germans don't use screens. And so all of these spiders just totally infested my room, and I'm scared to death of them. So I did not sleep a wink. And the next morning I hopped in my car as soon as the sun was up and I just drove away. Check-in, day 8. I don't know if you can hear me over the waves and the wind, but I'm gonna try. Lord knows it's pretty windy out here. I don't know if you can see it on the grass, but oh my goodness, it is beautiful here. Can you see these waves? Look at these waves. These are amazing waves. I'm gonna try to put my feet in. The sea is coming to get me! The absolute worst thing, the biggest con to going on tour all alone without any help, is that when I finally find a seesaw on the beach, I can't play with it because there's nobody to sit on the other side. Once I got to the hotel on Langeoog, I got myself a cup of coffee and even managed to write a song that had been brewing during this tour. Today's backstage room in Langeoog has lots and lots of boats in it. So looks like I can read all about Germany's Coast Guard history. So I've got some extra time on my hands. I guess I'll do that. Is anyone else noticing a lack of women on these boats? And just like that, the tour was over. I played my last show, took a last walk on the beach, and headed home for a good long sleep. That's it for this vlog. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great week and that I'll see you next time for the Monday Music Minutes. Take a walk across the ocean. Take a stroll across the sea, just to find out what you're thinking. Do you want to walk with me?